Hi everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. Last time we went to the Fangberry Cave and it didn't go quite as hoped, but well, that's just how it is. So now we're going to go to someplace else, and I know where it is. We're going to an ancient tomb. At least that's the plan. We met this guy called Remus who said he saw Tartusio in this ancient tomb, and we are going after him. Because we need to get rid of our rival, or something like that. Let's see, ancient tomb, there. So let's just travel down here and see what is going to pop up.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Oh, and everyone's tired.
I tire.
We will rest, don't worry, but we'll do it right when we're here.
Why did you leave your home? Do any traveling bards ever live happily ever after? Or did you hope to earn your glory, singing songs in taverns?
You don't appreciate your happiness. You've been surrounded by books, paintings, poets, and singers since you were a child. In our village, the only entertainments we had were tavern fights and harvest dance parties. I'd have died of boredom if I stayed there.
Well, we didn't get ambushed. So now let's go to the ancient tomb. A mound with a small barrow inside. The stolen lands are rich, with traces of long-gone settlements and the ruins of ancient civilizations. Almost every year, an accidental landslide exposes a door to an ancient tomb or the foundations of some destroyed temple. This location is a prime example of this. So, let's go, see what awaits us here. Is there anything to loot? Yes, there is. Scroll of protection from chaos. And scroll of summon monster 1. And a garnet ring. Okay. Let's get closer, see what happens here. Tartusio. A gnome in gaudy purple garb seizes your attention. Of course, the scoundrel Tartusio, who you know from your time in Restov. The wild gnome is standing on a small hill, expressing his discontentment in every way he can muster.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and colored trousers. Then at least I'd be able to... Tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golorian.
Why hurry? The same end awaits us all.
Hold your tongue, gnome. I can hardly tell your twaddle from the buzzing of a fly.
Quickly now. If we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Tartusio turns his angry gaze upon you. He nods to his guards to draw their weapons. Heron, I would be happy to see you among my companions. Your fate does not oblige you to follow fools and liars like Tartusio.
There is as much vanity in your words as in the words of all who have not seen the wisdom of Grotus. Yet you seem a worthier leader than the arrogant Tartusio. Perhaps in serving you, I shall open your eyes to the teachings of my faith.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat.
So he's going to run off or what? Well, we're in a battle now. Miri, rage. And you didn't hit. Too bad. Valerie, attack. You didn't hit either. Lindsay, inspire some courage in us.
Serves you.
Let's hope this will help. And it seems like Heron might be able to join us after this fight.
This should do.
Miri, do something useful. And you did. Wonderful. Now let's go closer to this guy and see if we can take him out. Valerie, can you charge? No. But you're also going to help out with this guy. I think Harem's got the one up here, and this guy... Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Lindsay, summon a board. Summon a monster. Help Harem out.
Lost.
Well, that's what I had expected to happen. But I guess we'll start with finding this guy then. Well, and a miss. What is he going to throw? A large person or what? Well, he shouldn't have tried to shoot us, so now we got some attacks of opportunity in on him, and that killed him. And Amiri, you're going to charge this guy. 10, well, almost at half health. And Valerie, you charge this guy. And it's almost half health too. Lindsay, shoot. And you should also hit, please. But no. And the dog, no, it didn't hit either. Well, Darius, do your thing. Good job.
Let's try this way.
Let's see what he does. An acid splash, and he killed himself because we had an attack of opportunity on him. And Harem joined us. And he has gained a level. Wonderful. Let's level him up. Cleric, yes. And what does he have here? Low religion and perception, yes. Let's give him more than those two. Let's see your spells. Bless. Bless. I think Core Sphere is a good one to have, so we're going to pick that. Wonderful. Now we have 5 members in our party. So let's just arrange ourselves a little bit. Because all these characters are melee characters. Yeah, this looks about right. Let's hope it is. Let's see what they have. Nuts and just a longsword. And a longsword +1. That's good. That's going to us immediately. Attack +5. What? Doesn't it change anything? Oh. Should change something. He's been using a great sword all this time. When it was a long shot and a shield. Oh my god. Well, I'm sorry about that. Scroll of Vanish and Scorch Fragment of a necklace. And here's something more. Scroll of Corrosive Touch, Clear Quartz, Silver Embroidered Purse, and Gold Coins. Yes, great.
Interesting.
Our search was not in vain.
And there's a hidden room. And here's the tombstone. With one of his set, anything. It doesn't, but it gives us an ancient Cyclops coin. Great.
In due time.
I don't like surprises.
Oh, and there's a trap. So Lindsay, do your thing.
It's just not my lucky day.
I said you should disarm
I
him.
failed. I'm sorry.
I think we have unlimited tries to do it, but I'm not sure.
It's just not my lucky day. And Lindsay was called for.
Well, then just ignore that trap. Don't run into that trap. Good, you didn't.
That is not
Now
far.
let's get up here and see what happens. How sweet! The first breath of fresh air after the stale, damp stuffiness of that tomb. Before us stretched an unending heath, replete with hills and gullies, and patches of low shrubs. Already the trail of Tetsucho and his companions had gone cold. But we would not give up so easily. Whether the trail went cold or not, it was one we had to follow. Succeeded at a law nature check. No blade of grass was bent. It must have been enough time to straighten back up, since we ever last passed through. But the heat's dry earth preserved the prints of the little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and walked until finally we came to a huge gully, the dried-up bed of river of yore. But what is this? At the edge of the road, the grass was trampled down, and the soil turned up in claw prints, lots of them. We'd stumbled upon a fresh battlefield, and here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down into the gully. The brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. We tried to imagine who or what left those claw marks. Failed, law nature check. And here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down into the gully. The brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. Unfortunately, we could not determine who attacked Tetsucho and his companions. However, we could discern that there were plenty of attackers, and they were rather small. We carefully studied the trail that led down into the gully. And here the trail split. To our surprise, we discovered that the little shoe prints turned into little clawed footprints on the way to the gully. It was as if someone from Tetsucho's band was wearing shoes. The natives either took them off or grew claws, then jumped down into the gully to avoid the battle. We tried to find any traces of magic in the surroundings. We discovered traces of a spell, apparently from the illusion school of magic, near where the lonely trail descended into the gully. We stood a while in thought, then followed the single set of footprints down into the gully. The way down was steep, and it took some time to reach the bottom. Walking on the loose soil was difficult, but the clawed footsteps were easy to spot. The bottom of the gully went downhill deeper and deeper. Finally the footprints turned, whirled up the steep slope, and disappeared at the gully's edge. We couldn't but admire the animal agility and clever claws of the creature we were following. The slope before us was as tall as two tall men and ended at a hanging crest. Climbing such a slope would be no easier than climbing a sheer wall. However, a long, steady-looking route stuck out the ground from the top. There was one brave hero among us who decided to try his luck and climb the route. And that has to be Lindsay. Succeeded at a mobility check. After tugging on the root, Lindsay took a deep breath, grabbed it with both hands, and began the difficult ascent. Pushing with her feet against the slope and grabbing the root with both her hands, she climbed higher and higher. Only her heavy breathing and the faint creaking of the root broke the deadly silence. Suddenly, dust poured down from the top of the slope, and the root began to slide from the ground. Keeping her wits, Lindsay shifted her weight to her legs and froze. After a tense moment, she continued her journey and soon had reached the top of the slope. After catching her breath, she lay on the ground and offered her hand to help the next of us up. After climbing out of the gully, one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. The air grew tense. We sensed that we were approaching a target, and our intuition proved correct. So what do we have here?
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
Dragon, glory, dragon. We know the mites under the field's old sycamore. They possess the magic treasure, very ancient. Stop deceiving the poor reptiles, Tetsucho.
Who is there? How? Here, you fools! I mean tribesmen. Don't listen to his lies. I shall bring you to glory. Just help me find the relic and stop this trickster.
Enemy
And we have a battle against a lot of kobolds. Well, Valerie, charge in, tank, do what you were supposed to do. Mary, rage, and charge. And she killed him, great. Well, there's one left.
This should do it.
And that was the one Valerie didn't hit.
Repent!
Stay behind me!
And Valerie actually hit. Now Mary tore him apart. Great. Now we have a new place to go. Old Sycamore. Haggis. Well, we want to learn that recipe. Copy recipe. Good. Yeah, and there's something else right there. Some more ingredients to make some food. Awesome.
As it should be.
And what's this?
What you want?
Ah. Mushrooms. Yes. Great.
In due time.
Well, I think we're going to end the episode here. So, that's it from now. Please watch me more stumble through this game if you really want to. I'm really having a blast making this LP, so I hope you have fun watching it too. Well, that's it for now. Have a nice day. Bye.